Aircraft initialized.
Ooh! Hi guys, welcome to another video on Nitro RC, and yes, I've finally gone and done it. I've got rid of all my Futaba gear and I've gone over to the Spectrum side, or the dark side should we say. Reason being, really, if I'm honest, is the way things are going with Spectrum at the moment, with their new batteries that have come out, their new receivers. You know, everyone is on the Spectrum wagon, and it's just so simple, so easy to buy a plane now, bind it up with the Spectrum and fly it, instead of having to muck about with the receivers. A lot of the planes now are coming with AS3X as standard. Obviously, with the Futaba stuff, you have to buy, obviously, either gyro stabilized receiver or the gyro separate, which to me was just a bit of a faff. But yeah, finally gone and done it. I went out and picked up a DX6. This is generation 3. I don't know too much about it, so I've given myself the headache of learning the transmitter all over again. But what spurred me on to go and get this is I've just ordered the E-flite F18, and obviously that comes AS3X ready already, kind of thing. About 200 quid, I think they are, something like that. I think it varies quite a lot between, you know, different places and whatever. But it was around the £200 mark. Come with a receiver, with a little digital telemetry box thing. It says it's got telemetry. Again, I mean, it's brand new. I've literally got it out the box and just started mucking about with it. The one thing I really do like about the Spectrums, and what kind of drew me to them, was obviously the voice like the voice call out stuff on the actual interface of the Spectrum. So if you're not too familiar with that, we'll just turn the transmitter on here. As I say, I've been mucking about with this. You've got a nice little screen there, nice and lit up. And I find this is really easy to use. The Futaba was quite complicated. You know, if you wanted to do mixing or something like that, obviously you're always better at what you're used to. But I mean, as soon as I turned this on, I jumped straight onto it, and was quite easy enough to kind of navigate through the systems and find out kind of what you want to do. So as I say, for the voice stuff, you've got obviously
Take off flaps.
that's obviously different positions of flaps,
Gear up.
gear.
Down.
And one of the things I do like about it is obviously you can do it for the timer as well. So it will tell you, you know, 4 minutes remaining, 2 minutes remaining, whatever, which I find is very helpful when you, because obviously you're looking at your plane, you're not looking at the receiver. So the fact that it calls out to you and just lets you know, I find is really nice. From an outer appearance, it seems to be built really well. You know, nice and chunky. It's got like rubberized grips on the side. The sticks feel really nice. They're all really nice and smooth. As I say, yeah, she's away again. And it just seems to be really nice. Now, I believe with these generation 3s, they have 2 aerials. So you've got obviously the one that you can see here, and there is actually one in the back, in the grip there. I'm not 100%, as I say, this is, I just kind of wanted to have a quick run through it with you, really, and just kind of give you my first experience as somebody who's fairly new to Spectrum stuff. I know a lot of you guys run Spectrum, and I think it is probably the go-to radio gear that everyone goes to when they get into flying. I've always been Futaba, but the way that Futaba's going and the way their prices are at the moment, compared to, you know, the Spectrum stuff, I just kind of leant towards the Spectrum and forced myself to get one. You know, it's not the fact that I don't like Spectrum. I do like Spectrum stuff, and I think a lot of their stuff is really good. But what kind of swayed me over towards actually going out and buying one was, again, obviously all the E-flite stuff pretty much is all Spectrum AS3X. The little UMX models by Horizon Hobbit, I really like them. And as I say, it's one of those, you buy the model, you literally bind it up and fly it. There's no faffing around and mucking about. And with the UMX models, obviously the receiver box, the receiver and everything is all integrated into one circuit board. So you can't take the receiver out and you run Futaba gear and anything like that. And again, like the price of like the gyros and stuff, compared to the Futaba stuff, you know, they're just really at the edge of the market where it's like, you know, you can quite easily go out and buy one and really enjoy yourself, and not have to spend loads and loads of money. As I say, I've ordered an F18. Once that turns up, we'll obviously run through it a bit more. I'll kind of go through my first impressions of obviously binding it up, getting it all set up properly and getting it all sorted. The only thing obviously I have got to do to this is I've got to do the updates on it. I did register this on the Spectrum website, which if I'm honest was an absolute pain in the arse, but I eventually got there in the end. If you see here, when you actually turn this off, it's telling you there that it's running on the 2.00 version. I think the update is a 2.5, I think. I'm not too sure. But again, you have to obviously register your transmitter because the updates that they give you to download are specific for each transmitter, or so I believe. As I say, it's kind of what I read on around anyway. But again, you know, ergonomically it's nice. You've got the bind button there, so it's all easy to get to, really easy to work through it. The interface is really easy, and I'm hoping that I get on with it, and I hope that I really enjoy it. But again, once it's all bound up, we'll get it up for a flight and see how we get on. But cheers, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.